So for number 7, we have an equation to solve. And what I'm going to do first, just to help me kind of see each term as its own separate piece, is I like to draw boxes around my terms. So I'm going to kind of put a big box around each side of the equation and then make a separate box with each term in it. And so whatever sign, like plus or minus, comes before a term is the one that goes with that term. So like this minus sign goes with the 5. It's a minus 5, or we can actually think of it as a negative 5. And then like we have a plus 8w, a minus 2w, a minus 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here, separating my terms. And then I'm going to look at just the left side first and just see if there are like terms I can combine, which there are. So I see that there are 3 terms that all have a w in them. And so I'm going to combine all 3 of those into just one term. So I have 6w plus 8w, which together would be 14w. But then I'm going to subtract 2w since this one's negative. So 14w take away 2w leaves me with 12w. Then I have some terms that don't have w in them, so constants. So I have a negative 5 and a negative 3, and I'm going to combine those. They're both negative, so when I add them, I'm going to get a bigger negative. So negative 5 plus negative 3 will give me negative 8 altogether. And then on the right side, I just have 2 terms, and they're not like terms. One has a w, one doesn't. So I can't combine them, so I'm just going to rewrite the right side. So 9w, and then the minus 24. Now, I would like to solve for w, like I want to get w by itself, but I can't do that if w is in 2 different places. So I don't want to have w's on both sides. So what I'm going to do is the side with the smaller number of w's, I'm going to make those cancel out by taking away those 9w's. And I can do that. I can subtract 9w on the right side as long as I also do the same thing on the left side. So I'm just going to subtract 9w on each side. That way, I no longer have w's on this side. 12w take away 9w leaves me with 3w. And then I still have my minus 8 that I'm going to bring down. And on the right side, I still have the negative 24. And the negative in front of the 24 is part of that term. It comes down with the 24. So negative 24. Now I can get w by itself. So I don't want this minus 8 here. I want the w to be the only thing on the left side. So to undo minus 8, I can do the opposite and add 8 to each side. So then I have just 3w. I'll make it blue over here. And on the right side, I had negative 24, but I'm adding 8. So if you have negative 24, you want to think about actually being 24 units below 0. And then you're adding 8. So you're going to go up, getting closer to 0. So that will put us at negative 16. And then this 3 is multiplying the w. So to undo multiplication, we're going to divide by the 3 on each side. So that leaves us with just w now. And then 16 isn't actually divisible by 3. We're going to get like a crazy decimal if we divide in the calculator. So I'm just going to leave this as a fraction, just like it looks, negative 16 thirds. And that is my value for w.